Today on the channel, Jakks Classic Superstars Walmart exclusive 3-packs, Series 3. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel as we continue our deep dive in our Jakks Classic Superstars 3-packs as we are up to Series 3 of the 3-packs, which are, as you guys probably know, a Walmart exclusive. But if you missed any of my Jakks videos, make sure you go back and look and subscribe to the channel as we got new Jakks Classic Superstars videos every single Tuesday as we're dissecting the entire line. We've done all the singles and the 2-packs. We're into the 3-packs. Still got the deluxe aggressions, the exclusives, the box sets, the rings. A lot to talk about still, and we'll do those all down the line. But if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. But today, we're talking Classic Superstars, the 3-packs, Series 3, the Walmart exclusives, and we're going to start with this pack. Really the tale of 2 packs. A very easy to get pack in this one, and then the Undertaker pack a little harder. We'll dissect that when we get to the Undertaker. But first, let's start with this pack, which has been known throughout the collector's community since it released as the Jobbers 3-pack. Kind of a spit in the face to these guys a little bit, calling them jobbers. But if you look at the set here, you got Tito Santana, Rick Martel, his partner in Strike Force, went on to bigger, better things. Marty Janetty, his partner in the Rockers. Shawn Michaels obviously went on to bigger, better things. And then Jim the Anvil Neidhart, his partner Bret Hart, went on to bigger and better things. So it's an interesting way to get these 3 in their own pack, is I guess they didn't warrant single releases at the time or another single release at the time. And then there wasn't going to be any more 2-packs of them, as they all did. We got a Strike Force, we got a Rockers, we got a Hart Foundation 2-pack. I thought this was a cool idea, though. It gets us that single kind of gear Jim Neidhart, gets us that Rockers. You call it a Rockers or even after Rockers Marty Janetty, kind of works both ways. And then Tito Santana with that classic t-shirt. I remember that t-shirt being sold at live events and stuff for years. To me, Tito Santana's most famous t-shirt, so I'm glad they gave us that. I think that is really cool. But with this Jobbers 3-pack, I'd be a moot point, or I shouldn't let this go, as this thing peg-warmed hard across the Midwest. You could find this all over the place. It went down to clearance. It was around late into the series. It just seemed like the pack that would never leave the shelves, which you saw a few of these 3-packs peg-warm pretty hard, but this one really did. I gotta think with time, obviously, time heals all wounds, and this set's probably a little more valued to this day than it was back when you could get it for $8 on clearance, which is just crazy to think. But a solid set, but not the most popular characters. Obviously, their partners that we went over, much more popular. If those 3 were in a pack, I think they'd be selling a heck of a lot faster than this pack did. But still, a lot of good with this pack. And let's do it like we normally do it. Let's take a look at the packaging here. So there you go. You got Tito, you got Marty, you got Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Looking only like they can look. No claims of limited edition on this one, and that sure was the case on the pegs as well. Got that familiar Classic Superstars logo up there at the top. Got the in-package pictures. What's it say here? Limited edition, but no, hey, 1 of 10,000, nothing like that. It is technically limited edition because it's a Walmart exclusive. So it is limited. You can only get it at Walmart. And it lists their names down below as they normally do. You got the glamour shots on the side. Always look at, like, it looks like a high school picture. They're kind of looking off to the side. What are they looking at? Who knows? And then nothing on this side. So that's the first time, if I remember right, we have nothing on the side. Very interesting. And, of course, you got the back. There's Tito, Marty, and Jim. We'll read each one of those. And then you got the crews down below. Let's see if there's any difference in the way they look on the front and the back. I like that Neidhart on the back. That looks really solid. I always like the Jakks Jim the Anvil Neidharts. Those are some awesome glamour shots from the prototypes, especially that Neidhart stroking his goatee. You got Tito with the old Ariba stance, like we saw in the t-shirt, really. And then Marty looks really cool. Very cool. Very cool set. Very underrated set. I'm going to say it right now. Jim the Anvil Neidhart debuted 1979, 275 pounds, 6'1". Finishing move, the Heart Attack. Titles, WWE Tag Team Champion. Marty Janetty debuted 1984, weight 230 pounds, 5'11". Finishing move, the Rocker Dropper. WWE Tag Team Champion. Favorite quote, and a favorite quote we've adopted onto the channel, rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling. You know, I'm always rocking and rolling and strutting and strolling into the weekend on my weekly purchases videos. Make sure you look at those. Tito Santana, 1975 debut, 245 pounds, 6'1". Finishing move, the old flying forearm, figure 4 leg lock, and the drop kick. I loved that flying forearm as a kid. I thought that was the coolest finisher. It doesn't seem like much in these days, but I just thought it was really cool, and a lot of kids did on the playground. We talk about the playground a lot. That was a very underrated finisher, I always thought. Titles, WWE Tag Team Champion, Intercontinental Champion, and WWE King of the Ring, where my King of the Ring knowledge, I don't remember it. Ted DiBiase, I never remember him winning King of the Ring. I always forget it. It'll never stick in my brain. Well, I guess it kind of did, but it never sticks. When did Tito Santana win King of the Ring? It had to be early 80s. I don't know. I don't remember it at all. But very interesting set. Like I said, it was a peg warmer. It was sad to see this. I remember seeing this all over the Midwest. I was traveling 8 states very hard at this time, and I was in a lot of different Walmarts for my job back in the day. And this thing was everywhere. And it was beat up. You'd see that star ripped up. You'd see the tape broken off. It was just a mess. And this hung around for a long, long time. So it's good to see people appreciating this one more in 2021. But very undervalued pack and a sleeper 3-pack if you ask me. Now let's take a look at the next 3-pack in the set. A lot to talk about with this one. It's the 3 Faces of the Undertaker. All right, Series 3, the other pack in Series 3 is the 3 Faces of the Undertaker. A very cool pack, especially you hardcore Undertaker fans. If you're an Undertaker fan, this is definitely a must-have pack. I say this, and there's that Mattel Basic, like, 10 years of the Undertaker. You know, there's like 10 figures in a box set. If you're a huge Undertaker fan, you have to have both of those. There's no question in my mind you have to have both of those. But this is an interesting set like we talked about. I talked about in the last one, the Jobbers 3-pack. That thing was everywhere. This one was not everywhere. I ran into only a handful of these. Like, we're talking like 3 or 4, if my memory serves me right. And every single time it was demolished. The star was crunched over. The top was crunched over. It was impossible to get a minty one. And it was always kind of the long game. And I never saw one on the shelf that was minty. I said, I'm not paying scalper prices. I'll just play the long game. I'll figure it out. Well, I played that long game. I kept playing it. And never found one at a good price. And here's a little caveat and a little Easter egg to the Jakks Classic Superstars in my collection. This was the last figure I got for my Classic Superstars to complete the single, the 2-packs, the 3-packs off. This was the last figure I picked up. I remember picking this up for like $70. Finally giving in and said, you know what? I gotta have it. I'm just gonna give in. I'll finally get one that's in better shape than what I've seen out in the stores. Classic Superstars were fun to hunt, but you guys that were in the thick of it like I was back in the day, it was very frustrating. As much as we like this packaging, we like this star, that star gets demolished very easily. So does the corners and top, just the way the packaging is. Walmart, you guys know, they'll stack a million boxes on stuff and crush stuff. There was nothing more disheartening than opening up a fresh case of Classic Superstars at the store and just seeing the whole top layer crushed. It happens so many times, it's unbelievable. So frustrating. Made the challenge of hunting these even more challenging. I akin it to my He-Man Origins collection today. The little extra caveat of challenge, cutting down that set, trying to get unpunched. Very similar with the Classic Superstars. Finding them that made it through the shipping process and then made it through the person stocking it on the shelf, making it nice. It was tough. Tough times back in the day. So this was the last one I picked up. I'm not the biggest Undertaker fan in the world, as we've discussed on the channel. I do love me some Mean Mark Callis, though. I'm waiting for that Mean Mark Callis Elite. I've been emailing Mattel on a daily basis. Who knows? Maybe one of these days, maybe we'll finally get that Mean Mark Callis. I remember at the time saying, why isn't this the 3 Faces of Mean Mark Callis? You can get the kind of young puppy dog look. You can get the skyscrapers version, and you get kind of the outlaw western version. The 3 Faces of Mean Mark Callis. But for some reason, Jakks went with the Undertaker. I guess they assumed this would sell better. And you know what? They were probably right. But an interesting pack. Like I said, this is the first time we'd had a pack with 3 of the same character involved. And Undertaker, obviously, even back then, this is probably, what, 2005? Yep, 2005. Undertaker was a big deal in 2005, just like he is now. So, very warranted to get this. A character that had different dimensions to him and stuff like that. Very interesting pack, and I think this is one of those sleeper packs that's going to go down in the annals of collecting as a very valuable set. It's, well over $100 at this point, and getting harder and harder to find every day, honestly. So there's the pack there. You got the 3 faces. You got kind of the debut gear. You got the crushed face Phantom of the Opera Undertaker gear. And then you got my favorite version of the Undertaker, as most know, is the American Badass Biker Taker. So that is my favorite Undertaker. So I'm very happy to get that in this form. But yeah, there it is. So there's the front. We know all about it. Limited edition Undertaker. There you go on the side. I would have loved to have seen a pack like this in the classics with Dude Love, Mankind, and Cactus Jack. I'm kind of surprised we didn't get that. That would have been a very cool set as well. There's the old glamour shot of the 3 different faces of the Undertaker. And then on the back here, 3 faces of the Undertaker. And down below, you got, look at that kneeling old school Taker. You got Taker with that American flag on the Biker Taker. That is covered by a plastic vest, as you can see on this one. So a little caveat there as well. I don't know. It's all right. I like it. Finish up that. Let's read the back, see what it says about the old 3 faces. Undertaker, debuted 1989, 328 pounds, 6'10". Finishing move, the Tombstone Pile Driver, the Last Ride, and the Choke Slam. Titles, WWE Champion, WWE Tag Team Champion, WWE Hardcore Champion. Favorite quote, rest in peace. Of course it is. So there it is. We do come with an urn, I believe. Yes, an urn, a top hat. I love the Phantom of the Opera mask is removable. I think that's a cool touch. And then you get a chain and a pipe with this. So loaded with accessories for the 3-pack Classic Superstars. Not too shabby of a set, if you ask me. I don't mind it. I even have a few of these loose in my collection that I've collected over time that have stumbled in lots and stuff like that. So very happy to have this one. Like I said, this is kind of a hallmark of the 3-packs. I think when a lot of people think Classic Superstars 3-packs, they do go to this one, as this is a pretty famous pack. And like I said, very, very hard to get. I just was missing it all over the country, and then finding a few of them that were beat up and damaged. So you guys tell me your thoughts on this one, if you had trouble finding this back in the day, or if you're trying to find it now. Tell me about the Jobbers 3-pack. What are your thoughts on that one? I think that one has aged very well. Like a fine wine, it's aged well. This one's still as cool as it was back then. But you guys tell me your comments on these 3-packs. And don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel while you're here. We already talked about that earlier. But an interesting 2, we'll be back next week with another 3-pack from the Walmart exclusive line as we work our way towards this. And then once we're done with the 3-packs, we'll see where we go from there. As you guys know, every Tuesday, a new Jakks Classic Superstars video. So for The Undertaker, all 3 faces. For Tito Santana, Jim Neidhart, Marty Janetty, I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way out of the Classic Superstars video. I'll see you guys all next week for Classic Superstars 3-packs.